Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Enemy100 and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm playing Need for Speed Payback. And I wanted to talk about a couple of the Need for Speed games that have come out and has you like as well. But yeah, so Need for Speed has always been, well, not always, but it has been one of my, it has always been one of my favorite games. Because I love cars, love racing and all that stuff, and it's always been one of my favorite games. This underground, but at around, I believe it's when Rivals came out in 2014, 13, 14, I think, around that time. When that game came out, that's when Need for Speed started to get bad, if you want to call it that. Now, let me explain. Need for Speed was doing good. They were doing, well, some critics like IGN may say that they've had like an upward and downward trend with some of their games, like Need for Speed The Run. They say that wasn't good, but I think Need for Speed The Run has had the best story in this series of games so far. Now, Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 is still my favorite, of course. And let's see if I can say this correctly. The reboot of Need for Speed, which came out in 2015 or 16, basically the rebooted Need for Speed game, that's when it really started to get bad. The story in that game I still don't know, and I actually traded the game in. I have no idea what the story was around that one, but they tried to use video games, and they also tried to use real people in the game as well as like the cutscene, in like the cutscenes and stuff. Now, that wasn't really a good idea. Having real people in your game in the cutscenes and stuff is okay. It's okay. But the main problem with that is, wait a minute. Hold on, I'm looking for something over here to do. So yeah, the main problem with that is it just wasn't interesting. Having real people in your games and then going back to the regular video game style or whatever the hell you want to do, call it, that is okay as long as you do it correctly. But they weren't doing that right. The story of that game I still don't know, and they weren't really making it go anywhere. Of course, you have to race and avoid the cops and all this other crap. And the motto for that game is "Tonight We Ride," which I liked. But apparently they didn't really, and also the sun never came out in that game. They did not. The sun never really came out in that game. It was always dark, kind of like how Need for Speed Carbon is. They didn't exactly do that game correctly because of the real life cutscenes, and then back to the video game. It just didn't really make the game. To me, it didn't really have a big impact. Of course, I bought the game and I played it and I liked it for a little bit, and I tried to move up, get the cars and stuff. I was setting up for, I think, a Lambo, but I couldn't get it. Then the other game came out, and I played that game a lot. Then I kinda died down with it because it was getting boring, and the online was, in Need for Speed Most Wanted, it was repetitive, but it was fun. It was always fun to do. Of course, you were always doing races and sprints and trials and all that stuff. But it was very fun to do, and it never got boring. Then, if you get onto rivals, you're able to I think you're able to race other players. You can be a cop and stop the racers, or be a racer and do all the illegal racing stuff and all that. And going online, you could do free roam, or you could do like challenges. I think there was something to do on there. And then they released the complete edition, which gave you everything, all the DLC packs and stuff. But that was fun up to a point, cause it eventually just got boring, and it just made you want to move on to the next thing. Now, Need for Speed, the reboot one, online for that one was just boring. You were literally doing the same thing that you would do. Actually, no, that game was actually online. You had to be online to play that game, I believe. And it just wasn't. I think you had to be online for Rivals and the one that came after that, which was the reboot. And it wasn't really. I'm supposed to be drifting out. I'm over here. I'm doing a child trial. It wasn't really fun. You weren't really, to me, it wasn't, you weren't really having a lot of fun on there because it was boring. It was like you were doing an online free ride, and it just didn't have the impact that they probably wanted it to. Now, the model I love, one of the trailers I loved, but the game itself, so you read the motto, "Tonight we ride," and then you watch the trailer, and then when you play the game, it's okay for a little while, and then you're sitting there like, what the hell is going on now? Like, what do you do? Where is this? Why is this? What's the story? You literally don't know what's. Well, of course, if you pay attention, you'll know what's going on, but it eventually just gets boring. It eventually just gets boring, and it makes you just want to move on to the next game. Like I said before, it gives you stuff to do, but it just gets boring after a while. So then they tried to change things up by giving you a different story with no real life cutscenes, and they also give you an online mode to do as well. That's where the one that I'm playing now comes in, called Need for Speed. Oh wait, I can't go through there. Whoops. That's where the game that I'm playing now comes in, called Need for Speed Payback. Now, when I saw the trailer, I was like, huh, this story actually seems pretty damn good. And I'm not done with it yet. I recently started getting back on this game and playing it again, so I can finally finish the damn story. And this game is actually, now the story in this game is okay, but it's what you have to do in between. Like right now, I have to beat the last 3 leagues and like 5 different challenges for each league. I have to do this racing league, a drift league, and an off-road league. And I also have to do something involving like getting chased by the cops and stuff. Let me show you. This right here is drifting. Basically, I have to beat this drifting league, I assume. Wait, no, is that drifting? No, this is a time. Oh wait, no, that's a time trial thing. Well, whatever it is, I have to beat that league in whatever the hell it is. I have to beat the racing league in this one, and then I have to beat. I believe this is drifting. No, this is drag racing. I had to beat a drag racing league. Okay, so yeah, the drag racing league, the race league, whatever the hell that is, I believe it's time trial. And I also have to do this up here as well. I have to do the next 5 of the things on here that involve, well, basically driving somebody around. Now, the story mode on this is okay, it's awesome. They make you do these big parts of the stories but it's what you have to do in between. You have to do 5 of each of these things for all of the leagues. You have to beat them in all 5, and you can't pass. You can't come in second. You can't come in third. You can't come in anything worse than that. You have to beat these leagues by coming in first place. Period. Not. There is no shortcuts, no getting this or that, there is no bullshit. You have to beat them by coming in first, or you're not going to pass to the next level. You're not going to pass to the next part of the league that you're supposed to beat unless you come in first place. It's like something that must be done. You have to come in first, or you will not be able to progress further into the story. You have to come in first in these things, or you're just gonna lose and you'll never finish the story. And that's one thing that I don't like. You should at least come in second and get less money, come in third, get less money and less rep and all that stuff, but you have to come in first, which makes it harder, and which also gives you a challenge, because even in easy mode I believe I've lost, and it has been a challenge for me. This game is very challenging, and it will test your skills on how you drive, how you drift, like how I drifted there, on how you are on dirt, how you are on asphalt, and how well you're good at drag racing as well. Now the drag racing I love on here. And there's a morning star. Yeah. You'll see these people with names on them driving throughout the city. They call them roaming racers. They'll challenge you, you can challenge them, and you'll just race. But right now, I'm doing a different challenge, so I can't race them right now. And the online on here is also boring. They have regular online and they have ranked online. Now, I haven't been online on this game in a long ass while, but the online is basically a free roaming thing. All you do is drive around the city, drift, and drift, crash, and all the other dumb shit. Is very boring. They also have something else on here. I forgot what it was called. I think it's called, okay, this right here doesn't show you. I think it's called autocross. It's something that who the hell is Black? Well, don't worry about that. But yeah, it's something called autocross where you get to use a certain car to do these small challenges and stuff. Now that looked very fun, but as you guys know, I'm not a big DLC paid for person unless I really want it or if I have money to waste, so I didn't get it. But I think that added something else to the game, and I think it made it more fun, give you more stuff to do. I just didn't do it. But the story mode on here is okay. I just wish that they would cut out having to do the same, having to beat the leagues and all that stuff by doing 5 things. It should at least have you do like 1 to 3 things, and then you'll be able to progress to the next part of the story. And you have to beat like I think 9 leagues or something altogether. I'm not sure. And then, well, first something big happens. Then and then you gotta beat these leagues. Something else big happens. Then you gotta beat the leagues. Then something else big happens. You gotta beat the league. Then something else big is going to happen. And that's the end of the story. Because right now I'm in the last stretch. I believe I'm on chapter 5. I think this is the last stretch of the movie. And I have to beat these leagues. Right now I'm just doing regular roaming stuff, so that when like regular stuff in the games, so that when because I'm recording right now and I'm talking, trying to explain to you guys about this, and I want to hear what they're saying. That's kind of why I'm not doing a story mode right now. I'm just doing other stuff. But yeah, you have to beat the leagues and all that stuff, and then something big happens, which I like, but I just wish that they would give you less stuff to do to beat these leagues, so that you can just do the big stuff and that's it. Because in Need for Speed The Run, you had all these different challenges to do, but they split them up in different ways that I liked. And they also they split them up in different ways that I like, and you were progressing through each state as you did those challenges, which I also liked. You were doing different things while you were progressing through the game. In this, you're progressing through the game, but it's like you're literally staying in the same place and not moving on until you hit the big mission, which comes after you beat each league, which I don't like. And now, if we move on to the... Oh, he wants to race me. I'll race you, buddy. Let's go. He's for silvers, okay? Yeah, you can challenge other people to race on here if you get close to them. Outrun, say, hey, 100 points, okay, let's go. I'll tell you one thing, I was racing this really old car and I won. I was like, damn, he's very far. And that car right there is very far. This car literally has 900 horsepower because of how much I upgraded it, and you can literally see it when I was selecting which car I wanted to use to race. This car is fast as hell. It reminds me of Underground, as you can see right there, because of the paint job, and there's an underglow and all that stuff to it. That's why this is my favorite car in the game so far. I won? Oh, I only have to get 100 points? I didn't know that. I thought I had to, like, pass it. Well, okay then, good. I passed. Thank you, game. It was a good race, too. Fix up my car. Thank you. Yeah, when you go to the gas stations, you can get your car fixed up. Alright, now I gotta escape with this box again. Yeah, if you ever get this game and you find those boxes, I recommend you take them, but only if you know that you're able to get away from the police. This car has 900 horsepower, which means I know I'm able to get away from the police while getting to my destination very fast. But these police are tough as hell, though. There's one part of the game that I haven't even gotten to yet that involves a rhino coming at you. I saw that in one of the trailers. I think that comes at the end, but we'll see. But for now, just going to continue on with this. And also, let's continue on with the next game, Need for Speed. Oh yeah, this car right here, if it zaps you, your car literally completely stops. It takes away all the power to your car. That actually happened to me when I was driving a big-ass semi-truck. Yes, in this game, you get to drive a semi-truck with 2 bombs in it. And I'm not going to spoil it for you if you want to see this game, but that mission was fun. But let's continue on with the rest of the games. Need for Speed Heat. Now, Need for Speed Heat, it had a good story, but I just didn't finish it. I wasn't really into Need for Speed Heat. Me playing Need for Speed all the time, that kind of died down around the Need for Speed reboot because it wasn't it wasn't really that fun for me. The Need for Speed reboot just really wasn't too fun for me, which is why I stopped playing it. I didn't play it as much as I used to. There's also... Actually, no, this actually started around Rivals, actually. That's when I didn't play it as much as I used to, even though it was fun. But Need for Speed Heat, I played that a good number of times until I just traded the game in. And that's one thing that I don't do with Need for Speed games. I don't trade them in because I love their games. But that game I had to get rid of because that game was just not that good. Now, the story, I believe, was going to be good, but I just couldn't get into it because you had to start off with this shitty car, of course, and then you gotta go around the city and do different races. Now, the drifting on there was good. I liked the city, even though there was so much going on in the city. And one day, months later, when I finally got back on that game, I was sitting here thinking, what the fuck do I do now? Because I didn't know what to do. I just decided to call it quits on that game. It just didn't really pique my interest that much. And now the online, now this is something that they've done different. You can either play the story mode by yourself or play the story mode online with other players in the game as well. Now that right there I liked, and it was something different, but it still didn't pique my interest because it was literally the same thing. It was only that people were online in the game playing with you. There wasn't really any difference or any of that shit. It was just it just didn't really pique my interest really. It just wasn't good to me. And then that's when they came out with Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. Now, I need to get back on the game so I can finish it. That game comes with every single DLC from the original game on there. The visuals have been greatly enhanced. My back window on this car is gone, and I can see my drivers on the right side. The visuals are enhanced. It comes with every DLC from the game. It looks good. It drifts good. It sounds good. Basically, now if Need for Speed keeps on doing that to their old games, I think they will be going in a good direction if they release like a regular game like this and then release a remastered game. I think they're moving in a good direction. If they keep a streak like that going, I think that they'll be moving in a good direction because Hot Pursuit, that was a very fun game, and then releasing it again, completely remastered with it looking better with all the DLC packs, that right there is something. And I need to get back on that game because I still have it, and I like the game too and all that stuff. I just need to get back on it. But the reason I haven't really been on it is because most likely I've been playing this. I get to use this car. Oh yay! What I think they should do next is release, because they started going with another company to help them with their games. I forgot what it was. I think it was either Criterion or Ghost. I don't know which one it was. But if they keep doing that, if they release a remastered version of the 2012 Most Wanted, I would like that. A remastered version of Rivals, that would be nice. But I don't think they're going to release a remastered version of Rivals or the cause let me see if I can put this right, because that game is available on EA Access, I think, and it's also available on the Xbox One and all that. But if they do a remastered version of Most Wanted, the 2012 one, that I will literally play the hell out of, and I would like that. That would be nice. They should release what they should do is do some sequels. They should do Most Wanted 2, Need for Speed Carbon 2. They need to do an Underground 3. Oh, now if they come out with sequels to those games or some of the other games, I would love to play that. I would be all over those games. Or if they remaster some of their old games like Undercover and Shift, I would love that too. Now, if they do that, they would definitely be going in the right direction. Basically, I think it would be awesome. Because for me, many of these old games like this one aren't really... Look at this. Wow. I did not see that coming, but wow, that was fun. Just to look at. But if they start doing that, I think it will... I don't know how many people do and don't like some of the games that they have now, but for the ones that don't like them, like me, I believe it will bring some people back. It will bring some of the old fans back, the ones that were fans of the old games. If they release an Underground 3, it will definitely bring a lot of people back to Need for Speed. It will definitely bring a lot of them back. But releasing a Hot Pursuit Remastered, that right there, I believe, is a good start. But we'll just have to wait to see exactly what the future holds. But right now, Need for Speed to me wasn't really doing so well to me. It wasn't really doing so well. But releasing most Hot Pursuit Remastered, I believe that is a good start. And you being able to play online on that game, I think you're able to. That's a good start too. Because you're able to play by yourself or online, I believe. Just like back then, how you were able to play online, how it was fun, how it was good, it gave you something to do. I think this was a good start. Hold on. So far, I think this is a good start to Need for Speed bouncing back and bringing some of the old fans like me back to playing the games a lot more. They just need to make a good story, kind of like how they did with Need for Speed The Run. They need to make a good story, one that people will learn, that's not repetitive, one that lets you progress as you're having fun and stuff, moving some stuff around. Basically making the game really fun, having a lot to do, making the online, giving you something to do instead of free roaming. Now, I don't know if that's the new norm for some racing games like this, but if it is, I'm not a fan of it. But that's just how I feel basically about these new Need for Speed games. Now, they're on the right track with Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. They're on the right track. I think that if they keep doing that, I think that's a nice start. But yeah, guys, that was basically how I feel about some of the newer Need for Speed games nowadays. Yep, and that's going to be it for this video today, guys. And as you can see, I have this car. This is the Escort car, by the way, where I have to drive the broker and all that crap around. Yeah, it actually looks pretty nice. I like the design that I put on here. That's another thing. You can actually put designs that other people have made on your cars. That's one thing that I also like. I have one car that's similar to the Punisher with blood on it and everything. Oh boy, maybe I should upload that. If you guys want to see me do some drag racing with that car, the Punisher car that I have, that's what I call it. And if you guys want to see more gameplay of this, leave a comment and hit the like button. But that's going to be it for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. It really helps me out. It really helps me bring content to you guys. And I will see you guys for the next video. Alright. See ya.